Hello, and what is going on, everybody? It is Master of the TDS, and I am joined by my lovely wife,
Riding Raven.
And we're back for another episode of Psycho-Synopsis.
Woo!
The segment where we summarize all the Psycho for you. Just a scattering of topics throughout the week, all summarized into a neat little package for those who just don't have the time, for those who can't watch all the videos, or for you just being lazy.
Pretty much.
So we got a bunch of topics to cover today. Of course, Disney, the gift that keeps on giving.
We'll start off with our first client, YouTube.
Oh boy, so this is going to be about the YouTube dislike. As you see, the guy with the clown nose, did I do a good, Mama Susan? YouTube moves forward with its previously announced plans to disable displaying the total number of dislikes a video has accrued. And as you can see, it says cowards.
Which is accurate.
Now, the problem with this is, look, am I going to stop using the YouTube platform because of this? No. So, you might call us hypocrites, in a sense where we don't like this change, but we'll still continue to support them or use the platform. However, that does not mean that we have to be complacent about this, in any way, shape, or form.
Not at all.
Now, for some reason, as of making this video, I can still see dislikes, so...
If that changes, we do not know.
Yeah, I think this is a stupid idea. We all know why they're doing it.
Yes, it's to protect the big people, not the little people as they claim. Plus, there is a way to get around it. Just comment dislike or a thumbs down. Or put a pinned comment that says, if you dislike this video, like this comment.
Regardless, it's just stupid because they think this is going to be saving them and they're claiming it's for small creators' mental health. Except small creators and everybody can still see the dislikes.
So who are you really helping with mental health?
You're basically saying that you're trying to help people, but in reality, the people you're claiming to help, you are now making the attacks more personal because they're going to be the only ones to see them.
Mm-hmm.
And again, as my wife said, you can just get around it by commenting dislike, thumbs down, whatever. And they can turn off the comments, they can do whatever. Sure, but it's not going to stop people from disliking it.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's a stupid idea because now all the channels are going to have likes and no dislikes. If you were going to take away the dislikes, you need to take away the likes too.
It can't be only one way. But then again, these people only know one way.
And again, I don't think this is a good idea.
Not at all. No one thinks it's a good idea.
There's like nobody out there. Didn't see a single person who thought this was a good idea. But YouTube doesn't care about whether it's a good idea. They're just doing it because they probably got paid a lot of money to do it from people like Disney or even the White House. And we're not going to go into the politics of that.
No.
But it just goes to show you that it's like they think this is going to solve the problem. It's not. It's just going to make people more creative. They really don't understand their own platform. They don't help their creators, and they're not caring about the creators. They're trying to disguise it as such. But let's be honest.
We all see through it.
I've been trying to help a bunch of people from YouTube, and I actually managed to help one person, but I have not managed to help other people, and I've been trying to get their attention, but it's okay. We'll just remove the dislikes. That'll solve everything. All the bot attacks and everything. Yeah, they don't go away, but we removed the dislikes. Did we do a good?
No, you did us stupid. Let's call in the next client. The Home Alone reboot.
Okay, so it's not technically a reboot, it's kind of a sequel, the Home Alone or Home Sweet Home Alone. And as you can see, Kevin's looking at a picture of it and cringing because Ellie Kemper and Rob Delaney headline this new Christmas content dreamed up by the streaming algorithm. How do you think this did?
Terribly.
That's true. It did terribly. People don't like it.
By both critics and audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think it has like a 19% audience score and a 30% critic score or something like that.
I thought it was 13% critic score.
13%, whatever. It's very, very low. And anybody could have told you this. You didn't even have Macaulay Culkin make a cameo in this movie.
The guy who made Home Alone what it is and truly made it a classic. You don't give the original actor credit. You don't have him in a cameo. He even came out and said he had nothing to do with this movie. This is a movie nobody wanted. This is a movie nobody asked for. So no wonder it did terribly.
That, and also, again, it's like you guys knew it was going to do terribly. It says, like, holiday classics were meant to be broken. No, holiday classics were meant to be revered. I only accept the fact that there are 2 Home Alone movies. 1 and 2. Now, some people don't like 2. I can understand that, but I like that it was at least the original family. It was at least the original thing. After that, it went who knows where.
Yeah.
So I will give it credit for that. I like those two. The rest, no.
Not at all.
We didn't need another Home Alone. This just proves it. Nice try, Disney. You knew this was going to fail. You shouldn't have made it to begin with.
You just lost more money.
Then again, they only seem to be able to do that these days, so.
Yep. To the next client. The Kenobi Series.
What have you done, Kathy? And yes, you'll now permanently have the image of Anakin's face with Kathleen Kennedy's face coming through it, etched into your mind. You want to run from the video, I get it.
Hey, he made it, I had to see it, now the rest of you do too.
A leaked sizzle reel from Disney Plus has given audiences their first look at the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi solo series, including the promised rematch between Jedi Master and his former Padawan turned Sith Lord, Darth Vader. Now, do we even need to say why this is a bad idea?
No, but I'll say it anyway. It completely destroys the lore of A New Hope.
That, and also, it's just not a good idea. I like Ewan McGregor. I like that Hayden Christensen is coming back as well. I have no problem with them.
Yeah, both did really well in their roles in the movies.
But we don't need this. There were already a book, and you guys are not basing it off of the book. You're literally deciding whatever you want to do. And let's be honest, you guys don't have a great track record. But The Mandalorian's so great. Yeah, sure, whatever. But aside from that, like, here's the thing. There's so many Star Wars things coming out and Marvel things coming out. It's just like at this point, like, who cares anymore?
No one.
I think this will be cool. I'd love to see Obi-Wan back. I'd love to see Hayden Christensen back. But as I said, I'm apathetic to Star Wars. I don't expect them to respect it. I don't expect them to care. I expect them to ruin it in every way, shape, or form, which is what they're going to do. And then if you don't like it, you're just a bigot.
Bingo.
Yeah.
It's probably going to do terribly. I mean, I imagine the acting and the effects will be great, but the whole point of Obi-Wan being in hiding and just looking after Luke on Tatooine is so that Darth Vader doesn't find him.
Well, yeah, and it makes his line in New Hope completely make no sense. Oh, last time we left, you were the Lord, now I'm the Master. You know.
Yeah, and isn't there a line in the book where he says, "I haven't felt this presence since," and then he says he pauses and thinks, "Since Mustafar."
Yes.
It's him. He's alive.
Yeah, but again, they don't really care. And here's the thing. I disagree with you, honey. I think it'll do well. I think it will do really well. Because everybody wants to see Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen back. And they all want to see it and whatever. So normies will eat it up. And other people will like elements of it. But overall, I don't think this will respect the lore or respect the fans. And because of that, and the fact that they've shown their track record is to disrespect fans, I'm not interested. I do think this will do well. I do think this will be done well.
I hope so. But
I don't think I'm going to watch it because I'm just not interested anymore.
My opinion is that they just need James Earl Jones voicing Darth Vader. Even if he has gotten older and, can't do it as well, he is still the voice of Darth Vader.
Yeah, but look, I'm not that big of a fan of this. I don't care. I'm apathetic to Star Wars. Thanks a lot to Disney and Kathleen Kennedy. You got the fans you wanted, but nobody sees them.
Next client. Speaking of Disney, they announced a bunch of other things.
Yep, Disney and Marvel. The gift that keeps on giving. So as you can see here, Marvel Studios, Miss Marvel. You have skills! Go use them for good instead of stupid! I'm a terrible character and will lose you money. Go invest in other well-liked characters. To the surprise of absolutely no one, Disney and Marvel look to be banking on identity politics as a selling point for their upcoming Disney Plus Miss Marvel television series.
Sigh. And just from that, we already know it's going to be bad.
Look, I'm gonna say this again. I have read, you hear that, people out there? I have read Miss Marvel. I've read a lot of it, okay? I have actually read it. So when I'm making criticism, you have to understand using the "you haven't even read it" doesn't work.
He has read it. We still have a copy in the closet.
It is garbage.
That's insulting to garbage.
You can like it all you want, but reality says it is garbage.
Which is insulting to garbage.
Its comic sales have not been good.
No.
They've had to cancel it multiple times. Oh, they're just canceling it because they always do it and make them... No. It's been canceled more than a lot of other things, so shut up with that. I don't want to even hear that excuse. Okay? You are more than welcome to like the show. maybe it'll be done well. I don't know. But I personally am not a fan of the character. Therefore, as a result of this fact, I will not be watching it. If you will, that is great. Go ahead. Have fun. I don't care. I think this is stupid.
Same.
And I personally just think that this is a waste of time. I think that they're trying to push these characters that nobody really wants. And they'll say it does well, but we'll never get the numbers.
Nope.
And then we have the Marvels to look forward to, because everybody's going to go see this show, and oh my god, they're just going to fall in love with Camilla because she's Muslim. That's literally the trailer. The trailer is, I'm Muslim.
I'm Muslim, like me. They literally put emphasis on her religion. Religion is not a character trait nor a personality trait. Religion is literally just background for a character. It doesn't mean that is the character, you idiots.
And again, look, I'm not saying the representation is terrible. Not at all. I'm saying representation done well is good. In this case, I don't feel it's done well, and banking on that to sell a show, unless it's a religious show, is kind of sad. And it just makes the character itself look even worse because you couldn't even show us any action or anything like that. Come on.
No. And they don't even show her in her own costume. She's wearing a Captain Marvel Halloween costume that doesn't even fit.
It looks terrible.
No kidding.
I've seen lazy cosplayers who could make a better looking outfit.
Yeah, but at least they put in some effort by doing a cosplay.
I'm just not interested in the show. I have no interest in watching it. If you do, go ahead, have fun, knock yourself out. But if you are going to get mad at me for not liking this character, you can't use but you didn't read it excuse. I did. And you can't also use, oh, they're just going to reboot it like all the times when they do it. They give it number 1 just so it sells better. Again, not an excuse. Unless you can give me valid criticism, I don't want to hear it. Because I have a valid critique. I know that's something you're not used to hearing, but it is reality. Deal with it.
Seriously. Moving on. She-Hulk.
Here we go again. In honor of Disney Plus Day, Marvel and Disney have officially given audiences their first look at the upcoming She-Hulk series headed exclusively to the House of Mouse's signature streaming service.
Yay! Another show nobody asked for or wanted.
Now, here's the thing. I actually like the character of She-Hulk. Not how she is these days, but I actually like She-Hulk as a character. But we all know that they're not going to do it well, and I can tell you why. I can tell you 100% they're not going to do this well because of who's writing it, Dana Schwartz. She's the person who said all men are garbage and all this stuff and started spouting all this rhetoric and whatever. And I'm not interested in that.
No one is.
Maybe they'll do it well. I don't know. The trailer didn't look like anything special.
Not at all.
I'm surprised they're going for the kind of femme fatale, sexy She-Hulk versus the new one that's literally Hulk with
hair.
Longer hair.
Yeah. But how long is that going to last?
I don't even know if it's lasting. I think they're actually going back to a new series where they do it the other way. But apparently, her body wasn't realistic, but now they're going back to the unrealistic body again. So, what kind of message are you trying to send, Marvel?
That it's only okay if they're green?
I don't know. I just think that this is stupid. I think that nobody asked for it. I think that it could have been a good show and a great idea if it wasn't being written by the person that's being written by.
Yeah.
I have no hope for this show because of that fact alone. That is literally it.
And they are literally only bringing her in to replace Hulk, who does have an appearance in the show, but is completely lame and only a side character.
Well, for all we know, yeah. It looks like it.
It looks like he's a side character.
Again, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in this show. I have no hope for it because of who's writing it. And if you have hope for it and you enjoy it when it comes out, more power to you. But I personally already am not hyped. Don't have any hope because of who is writing it. The writer tells you a lot about what the story will be. And if the writer is behaving terribly before the show even comes out, or is even officially announced, you already know it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, because it always ends up reflecting into their writing. Next client? Ironheart.
So this is going to be an interesting one. As you can see, it says Ironheart with her logo, and it shows that, but there's another weird thing here. So we'll get into that in a minute. For Disney Plus Day, Marvel drops the official logo for Ironheart, which will follow teenage genius Riri Williams as she makes her own Iron Man armor. Wrong!
She never made her own armor. She stole it from Tony, and for some reason, he let her keep it.
That is literally what it is in the comics. You can't tell me I'm a liar, because that's literally what happens. Does she alter it and change it to make it look all lovey-dovey, changing bleh? Yes.
Ugh.
We didn't even put that original armor in here because it looks terrible. Now, the other armor you see there is interesting because, and again, we're not going to go into a lot of detail about this because this is not the kind of stuff we like to necessarily cover on the channel. But interesting enough, 2 years before they created the character of Ironheart,
Japan had made a adult content parody of Iron Man.
and they called it Ironheart. Now, it was created 2 years before this came out.
What you doing there, Marvel?
You might want to scrub your search history because this is weird. Now, this could all just be a coincidence, mind you.
I doubt it.
I find it funny that it happened 2 years before this ever came out, and its armor looks very similar. Now, again, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's 100% a knockoff of it, but it's very strange because either way, let's say it wasn't created as a knockoff of this. You've now tied a character, a black, strong, minor woman, 15 years old, to a exotic Marvel adult content parody.
Yeah, because we're not going to say the actual word it is.
Yeah, because we don't want to get smited by YouTube.
Ha.
But it's just interesting, and I honestly, this character is not interesting to me. You like her, go ahead, I don't care. I think she's a terrible character. I think that the fact that she's a black young woman who is supposed to be strong and independent, yet needs to steal from a rich white man to get her abilities, even if she changes it and even if she's smart, it doesn't matter, you still have to steal from a rich white man.
Yeah.
So how's that empowerment going for you?
What kind of message does that send?
It sends a message that black women can't be popular or strong without the help of white men.
But that's racist!
You might want to think that one through, Marvel, you know, just throw it out there. I don't expect this show to do well. I expect it to fail really hard, and I don't care.
Yeah. Moving on. Cowboy Bebop!
So, as you can see, Edward doesn't mind not being in the show now.
Apparently he wasn't in the first season. Oh, sorry. She wasn't in the first season at all.
3, 2, 1, let's jam. Netflix's newest offering to subscribers is a take on one of the most influential anime shows of all time, but the early word on the street is that the live-action adaptation Cowboy Bebop does not translate the old jazzy spirit of the original series.
Shocker.
Oh, it does more than that. People are saying that it looks good, that it seems nice, but it's terrible. As you can see, we got a bunch of the choices there. Now, could it still be decent? I don't know, but here's the thing. When your main actress comes out and it starts attacking the fans before the show is even literally has a trailer, that already sends a message. The message is, don't watch.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to work on that, Netflix, because it seems like you have a problem with people involved in certain shows that you're trying to bank on nostalgia and the existing fan base of opening their mouths and saying things they shouldn't be.
Yeah. And didn't they actively go out of their way to cover up Faye Valentine?
Yeah, and it's just stupid. It doesn't look like this is going to do well already. And now people are saying exactly as we feared, that it was a mistake, that they shouldn't have done it. And guess what? No one is surprised.
Not at all. Sigh. And yes, they did take out the redheaded character.
Yeah, and maybe it'll be in the second season. I doubt it's getting one. But
yeah.
Then again, given Netflix, we'll never know.
Next, live action One Piece.
Are you mocking my crew? The casting announcements presented in the form of the series' iconic wanted posters were presented by the official One Piece Netflix Twitter account on November 9th, with the streaming giant announcing if he's going to become the Pirate King, he'll need a crew.
My husband is not a fan of One Piece.
No, it's not that I'm not a fan of One Piece. I just personally find that the show itself has a lot of filler, and that's just not my speed. Do I think the show itself is terrible? Do I think the anime itself is terrible? No, not at all.
I still have suggested you read the manga.
Maybe, eventually, but right now I'm not that interested.
Okay, fair. But I have watched the show, and I am a big fan of the show. And I'm still working to catch up to be on par with the 1000th episode. But this live-action casting of One Piece, I have quite a lot to say about. Let's start with the live action for Luffy. He looks nothing like Luffy. Not at all. That is really all I can say about it, and I doubt he's going to make a good Luffy. Cosplayers can definitely do a better job, even if they cut his hair a bit and bleached him a little. No, that's not Luffy. That is not Monkey D. Luffy. Doesn't even smile right. He needs a bigger smile, for one. Next one, Roronoa Zoro. This guy actually looks like he can take on the role if he does enough working out and he dyes his hair green. If they don't give him green hair, it completely defeats the purpose of him being cast as Zorro. Nami! I'm actually surprised they let her stay a redhead, and she actually looks like Nami. That I'll give them some credit for. The person playing Usopp, I at first thought was a woman, and the person playing Sanji, all the way to the far right, I thought looks more fitting to play Frankie. Long story short, I don't approve of this casting.
I can understand that. And let's be honest, it's Netflix, and they have a great track record with live actions, right?
No.
Yeah, they don't. Cowboy Bebop that we just spoke about being a good, more recent example. Are they going to stop trying to make live action anime? No.
Just stop trying to make anime live action. Let it stay the cartoon that it is. That's what makes it anime.
They can't, because they need IP, they need stuff, and they can't come with original ideas anymore, so this is the only way that they can move forward, and that's what they're planning to do, is to make live action adaptations. And let's be honest, they don't have a good track record. Maybe people will find enjoyment from some of it, but we have no interest.
No, not at all. I will stick with the cartoon and the manga, thank you.
And we'll point and laugh at whatever abomination they try to come up with for diversity and inclusion's sake and whatever, that they really should just, try to make a live action if they're going to make one based off of, the actual thing. And then I love it, they're like saying, this is canon. It's not canon.
No. I get that Oda, the writer of One Piece, made the t-shirts, and if he approves of that casting, that is his choice. I respect Oda. He is an incredible storyteller and is constantly making new material to add to One Piece, but I do not approve.
Yeah, and I don't approve either. I'm not interested, and that's nothing new.
And that's all of our clients for the day, which means it's time for the diagnosis of the week.
And we have a diagnosis that we've used before, but I think it's still fitting for this week.
Tell us.
The diagnosis of the week is hoovering.
Please explain.
Now, hoovering is usually paired with narcissism, but it's basically hoovering is using any means necessary to get you back under control. Beg, cry, yelp, shame, try to false accusations, threats, promises, all this stuff, trying to manipulate you to get you to come back. Literally what Disney is doing this week with all the Marvel, all the Star Wars. Please come back. We need you to come back so you can give us money. Come back. Please come back. So that's what they're doing. You're literally people who fall for this and go back and go re-download Disney Plus or watch this stuff or give them money are the same people they're trying to hoover right now. They're trying to bring them all back, suck them all right back in so that they could say, everything's forgiven. Don't fall for it. If you want to go do it, go ahead, but then own it. Don't just go back because they're trying to throw a bunch of nostalgia at you and say, please come back, we'll be better this time.
Sigh.
But I do think this is a very good diagnosis for this week, considering it's quite right on target, I would say.
I agree.
And now it has come to
the remedy of the week.
And this week, we discussed our last two things. We discussed a lot about some anime, and if you guys like anime, we know just the channel to send you to.
Nerdy Girl Creates.
Now, Nerdy Girl Creates explores the world of Japanese manga, indie comics, mainstream back issues, collectibles, and more. Now, she's a more newer creator, so she doesn't have as many subscribers yet. Maybe we can change that. We do think she does a great job with her anime reviews. She's quite entertaining. And so what I would like you to do is grab your manga, grab your anime, and head on over there and tell them Gothic Therapy referred you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we have for this week. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and also make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe with notifications on so you do not miss your weekly therapy session.
Because you don't want to be charged. Also, follow us both on Twitter at Master of the TDS and at Writing Raven 2. Follow me on Wattpad at Gothic Writer 613 for well-written stories that have no wokeness and no pandering. Follow my husband on Instagram and Twitch at Master of the TDS.
And you can also find us on Instagram under
yt.gothic.therapy. And also, there will be a link to our Discord server in the comment section below.
Yeah, that's all for now. And we'll see you guys next week.
Gothic Therapy, out.